Victor Osimhen has been linked to Manchester United all season long. United, we desperately need a new striker, and Osimhen could be that man for us. So with that in mind, let's have a look at his strengths, his weaknesses, and where he would fit in at Manchester United. So we all know Manchester United desperately need a striker. Looking at the stats very briefly, we can see Leicester City in the relegation zone have scored more goals than Manchester United this season in the Premier League. It has cost us many points, and it is probably the reason why we are struggling to finish in the top 4 at the moment. Now, Osimhen, he cannot stop goal scoring this season. 28 goals, 34 matches, an unbelievable rate for Osimhen, and since joining Napoli, he has become one of the very best strikers in all of European football. Fast, direct, so strong and lethal in front of goal, and he is one of the main reasons why Napoli have managed to win their first league title in 33 years. So Osimhen to United, it could be the perfect fit on paper, and certainly there is strong links to this happening. We've been rumoured to be after Osimhen all season long. Erik ten Hag, he wants that striker to lead the line. Osimhen certainly could be that man. So with that in mind, let's have a look at Osimhen's strengths and weaknesses. Now, it certainly doesn't take a footballing expert to tell you Osimhen's main strength is his finishing ability. His ability to score goals is absolutely uncanny. Movement is fantastic. When he gets it onto his left, right, or even with his head, he will bury that opportunity. 28 goals in 34 matches is a fantastic strike rate across the season, and certainly if Osimhen played more matches, he would have scored even more goals. As well as his fantastic finishing ability, he also has a unique ability that not many players possess. Previously, having played on the wing, he is able to take a fullback on, drift wide, make things happen that way. Of course, his strength, his size, and his finishing ability will also tie up centre backs, so he really can occupy an entire backline almost single-handedly, and that for me is absolutely fantastic. Osimhen, another main strength, of course, physicality, something we have touched on. His speed is absolutely fantastic, and he has really bullied some of the top centre backs in all of European football this season. Especially think back to Anfield against Liverpool. Osimhen really made Van Dijk struggle. He really made him work, and he had a fantastic match scoring in that one. Other than that, Osimhen is very shot happy, averaging 4 shots per match. Really high numbers. He wants to score, he wants to take shots on, and he has the confidence and the ability needed to score goals on a regular basis. I think when we look at what Manchester United currently have, we don't have that real clinical striker. Bruno Fernandes has created the most chances in all of Europe this season, but he only has 12 assists. Certainly with Osimhen in there, a lot more assists for Bruno, a lot more goals for Manchester United as well. However, there are weaknesses in Osimhen's game that we must discuss. First and foremost, he isn't overly involved in Napoli's build-up, averaging just 13 passes per match. Certainly very similar to Haaland, both in goal scoring and as well as their involvement in the build-up. Now, Haaland at City doesn't have a lot of touches, he will not play many passes, but what he does do is occupy defences, great space for the players behind him, and for City that works well. However, I am concerned about Osimhen at Manchester United. Potentially United will not have that build-up structure that City do. City have elite level creativity throughout the entire team. Manchester United just do not have that. We struggle to hold the ball, we don't create enough chances, and especially out wide, our wingers Rashford and Antony and our fullbacks Luke Shaw, Dalot, they do not get enough crosses into the box. Perhaps Osimhen could be starved of service at Manchester United. Not something we really have to factor in. This season, United have looked better with Martial in the team when he drops deep and plays forward balls to Rashford, to Antony, dropping deep, playmaking as well. Perhaps that is what Manchester United need more at this current moment in time. However, there is no doubt in my mind that Osimhen, if he came, would score a lot of goals. He could link up very nicely with Marcus Rashford as well. So with that in mind, let's have a look at where Osimhen would fit in at Manchester United. So where would Victor Osimhen fit in at Manchester United? Well, that central striking position for sure. That would be his starting position, trying to occupy an opposition back 4 by himself, whilst the rest of the team holds onto the ball, creates opportunities for him. Now this season, of course, Osimhen has developed a fantastic relationship with Kvaratskhelia of that left hand side, and I certainly think that Osimhen's movements certainly would link up very, very nicely with Marcus Rashford. However, Rashford, he is more of a finisher than a creator, and this could see a change in role for Rashford, something I'm sure Erik ten Hag would want to avoid. Rashford, of course, 30 goals this season. We do not want to lose out his goals as well. So finding a balance will be very important. Off that right hand side, of course, Antony, he is more of a creator, I guess, doesn't perhaps get the assist that he should do, but with Osimhen in the team, certainly he could. Let's deserve some more assists, create some more goals for Manchester United. But the big one, I think, is Bruno Fernandes. Now, as we touched on before, Bruno has created the most amount of chances in all of Europe this season, and with a proper clinical striker in front of him, he certainly would create a lot more chances, and it really would help Bruno Fernandes, help Victor Osimhen score a lot of goals, get a lot of assists, and it could push United on as a team for sure. I think other than that, we have to look at our midfield for real sources of creativity, hopefully a new midfielder coming in the summer. But the key areas we also need to focus on, the fullbacks. Now, of course, Osimhen's so good in the air, we need to get more crosses into the box. We really haven't had enough goals from set pieces or from crosses this season. Luke Shaw, Dalot, we know they have the ability, we know they can put a good cross into the box. They need to do it on a regular, consistent basis, good areas as well. And if they can do that, certainly for me, Osimhen would score a lot of headed goals at Manchester United. He is so strong, so fast, so good in the air. He certainly would score a lot of goals for Manchester United. With all that in mind, should United sign Victor Osimhen? Well, he will cost so much money, probably 100 million. We definitely need to strengthen in other areas as well. It's a real toss-up between Harry Kane and Osimhen for me. Both guaranteed goals, but I think Harry Kane offers more to Manchester United. I think the way he can drop deep, link up the play could be really beneficial, but if we were further on in our project, I think Osimhen would be the way to go. Ultimately, it isn't up for us to decide, but in my opinion, if we bought Osimhen, would score a lot of goals, we might not progress as a footballing team. So guys, that's my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, don't forget, like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.